Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Mitch Ziegler and I am the Clinical Director of Physical Therapy Services at Spring Arbor University. I'm also a professor here at Spring Arbor University teaching the Health Exercise Science Department. Running the camera today is Dr. Mallory Hurley, and she is a physical therapist on staff here too. She does a fantastic job. Today we're going to start a series that we're going to be sending to you monthly. It's just health tips. And we're going to focus today on health tips in the yard and in the garden. And today we're going to focus in particular on maybe weeding and different ways to do that. So I'm going to start off with some weeding techniques. The first one we're going to talk about is just how to pull a weed out that's right in front of me here. So what I want you to do in this particular situation, to do this, I want you to pull your belly button in and squeeze it in like this and try to make yourself as skinny as possible. This will kind of put a kind of like a built-in weightlifting belt that God's given us. So pull the belly button in, make sure it's pulled in as tight as you can, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to run your hands down your thighs like this to take some weight off of your back. So keep your belly pulled in, put your hands on your thighs, and then try to reach for the weed. Well, I can't quite get it, so I'm going to just put my hand or my forearm down on my thigh now. And now I can reach for it. So my belly's still pulled in, and I'm taking the pressure off my back by putting weight on my forearm. I'm just gonna reach down now, bend the knees a little bit, and I can pull this weed up. And I can stay in this position, and I can pull different weeds from different areas. I can move around and still do it, and there's very little stress on my back. Now, an important thing is getting out of this position. So I've done a little bit of weeding like this now. Getting up is that you want to lower your butt a little bit and then take your head and go up with your head and come to an upright position. What we don't want to do is we don't want to raise our butt up first and then to try to bring our back up and our body up, because that's too much stress on our back. Okay, so the next tip that I want to talk about is a lot of times we'll want to twist for things to either pull them or even set them down or lift in those positions. So let's talk about that. So we just talked about sliding down, going into the position, and then lifting like this, but what if that weed's over here, over here? First preference would be, for instance, if I have to pull this weed and I'm stuck in this position, like, well, I would actually move to a different position. So if I had to get something over here, I would actually try to move, take the time to reposition, pull my belly in, and then pull it. But if you can't do that, then for sure pull your belly in, and also maybe put weight on this hand on the thigh, and then reach down and pull in this direction or do it this way. But don't yank, don't move quick, try to move slow. Keep your stomach pulled in the whole time. Transition out of the position by lifting up with your head. That's really a key thing for the twisting. Okay, so the next tip is, we covered standing and we covered twisting. The next one is we're gonna, if we have to sit down, which is probably preferred because you can only bend over for so long and work in this position before your back is probably gonna get tired. So another transition, another position I should say you could get into is just sitting. So when you sit down to pull weeds or something like this, what you wanna do is use different positions. So you get into a comfortable position, and this is just an example of a position, and then you just want to lean forward, try to use your other arm to brace to take weight off your back, and then you can do it this way, and if your back gets tired, then just simply switch the position. So this is just another pull the leg in. You could also put your feet out and work in this position. You could also just work Indian style for a little while. The whole idea is when your back starts to talk to you, move out of that position into another position. So even side sitting like this, even hands and knees, if you can do hands and knees is fine. Again, just to repeat, move into a different position, constantly move through different positions. That'll help mobilize your hips and get them nice and loose so it's healthy. It'll take some pressure off your back too.